My name is Marietta Mehanni, and this week's trio is going to be done on the floor in all fours. But before we get there, we actually have to do a few things with the bands. So we're going to start off with one band on each foot. Take the right end of your gym stick down to the floor, spin it around to the other side, and then lift up your left leg over the band that's in front. You'll know if you've done it correctly because you can actually step over, whereas if you try it with your right foot, it's not going to work. So step over with your left foot. So, especially if you've crossed it the way I've required you to. So we're going to hop down to all fours and push the stick forwards. Okay, so make sure it's in front of the head so that you don't end up having sore wrists because you've got your shoulders over the top of your hands. So with Gymstick, we always recommend that you push the stick in front of the body so that it's a lot easier on your wrist. So now I'm going to move my right leg. So it's the leg at the back, it's the one I can move. I can't move my left leg, it's caught underneath, so it's my right leg that's going to be lifted. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually start from the straightened out position behind the body and then take the leg to the side. This exercise is going to be working the outer part of the thigh, so your abductors. You're also going to feel a little bit through the abdominals as you try to stabilize the body as that leg moves out to the side. So it's quite an effective exercise, this, and of course you can always add tension on the bands if you're not feeling it, but most people will feel it on the outside of the thigh as well as their hamstring in an effort to keep the leg nice and straight. So you want to keep the leg lengthened. So we perform this exercise for 30 seconds. After a little 10-second break, which you'll both most likely need, we're going to actually start the movement from across the body. So now my foot's all the way over where the band is at its shortest, and then take the leg all the way out to the side. Take the leg all the way out to the side. So I'm just going to turn around a little bit so it might be easier to see. The legs crossed over and then open out to the side. Crossed over, open out to the side. Now, being a much bigger movement, you're going to definitely feel this on the outside of your thigh even further. Hamstrings are constantly engaged with keeping the legs straight as you do this pattern. And you also want to try and keep your torso as still as possible. And that's not easy because you want to fishtail with your buttocks because it makes it a little bit easier. Keep it nice and still. Okay, so we do that for 30 seconds. And after another 10-second break, we add a leg curl. So the foot starts crossed over, you come to the center, you curl the leg with control, you fully extend the leg, and you cross over again. So this exercise requires control with the bands as you bring the heels in and out. Now, if you're a Gymstick instructor, it actually helps the fact that the band is pulling across from the opposite end. And so with this exercise, there's actually a lot more natural ability to control the band than what normally happens when you have the bands uncrossed. So just encourage your clients to keep the hip, the thigh lifted up nice and high as they perform that leg curl. And more importantly, especially if you're an instructor, is that you teach them to fully extend the leg after each leg curl so that they're still feeling it in the hamstring as they extend that leg out. And by this stage, you'll also start really feeling this in the inner thigh as you try to hold that leg perfectly still while you're performing the leg curl. Do that for 30 seconds, and then to change the bands, you actually need to stand up for this. So stand up, step your left foot back, uncross the bands, put the left end down, cross it over, step over with your right foot, and then back down to all fours. If you're a Gymstick instructor, what you might need to do is actually pause the music if you've got people who are new to your class. Those people who've been coming regularly will understand exactly what to do. You won't need to coach, but sometimes I need to stop the music because For new people, that uncross and stepping back can be a little bit overwhelming, especially for their first time. And then you do the same 3 exercises on the opposite side. It's a fantastic lower body exercise. It really hits all of the major muscle groups, and that's this week's Gymstick Tip.